Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5 best portable table saws. Starting at number 5. Bosch 10-inch Worksite table saw. This incredibly lightweight portable table saw from Bosch weighs in at just 60 pounds. Although part of how it achieves that is by compromising on power. The table saw features a 4 horsepower motor instead of the usual 15 amp motor. However, users barely noticed a difference since this saw only spins at 3,650 RPM, maintaining the torque needed to cut through most wooden boards you're likely to have at a work site. The saw is also relatively small, with just a 25-inch rip capacity to the right of the blade. But given the low weight and compact design of this saw, most users expected this and didn't find it to be a problem. One thing to watch out for with this saw, though, is that users found that the stand would bend if not handled carefully. This design flaw in the stand is important and may necessitate buying a separate stand or operating your saw on a table surface. Note that Bosch also only offers a 1-year warranty, so you could encounter this problem after that time if you don't use the saw frequently. Coming at number 4. DeWalt DW744XRS. This surprisingly compact table saw is ideal for contractors who need more power for small cuts rather than the ability to make buttery smooth rip cuts. The 3,650 RPM blade is relatively slow among job site table saws, but given that the saw still uses a 15 amp motor, it's delivering a ton of torque. That can be an advantage when you're cutting through pressure-treated lumber and knotted hardwoods that are typically difficult to rip through with other table saws. Another advantage to this extra torque is that the saw is able to handle dado blades up to 0.8 inches in width. Users also noted that while the DeWalt saw comes with a miter gauge, it doesn't use the standard T-slot gauge. So you'll have a hard time upgrading your miter gauge to get more accurate cuts down the road. Still, users were overall very happy with the saw and found that the rolling stand and foldable frame were very helpful in getting it to and from job sites. The frame can be expanded and collapsed with just a push of a button, saving you time every time you use the saw. At number 3. SKAL 10-inch heavy-duty worm. With a 180-day trial, there's almost no reason not to give this impressively built job site table saw from Skillsaw a try. The saw and included stand weigh in at just under 100 pounds, and users felt that the saw has a nice balance of power and weight. The 10-inch blade spins at 5,000 RPM, more than enough to get smooth cuts through most woods you'll be using at a job site. Plus, the blade assembly is able to accept dado blades up to 0.5 inches in width for making large joint cuts and has a 2. The result is that you can cut through tougher materials with relative ease compared to most other portable table saws. Skillsaw used a clever design to expand the rip capacity of this saw to up to 35 inches while keeping the saw itself compact. The rip fence extends past the table on an extendable arm. Users found that the fence wasn't quite as secure when extended as it is when on the table, but that most cuts were within a tolerable level of accuracy. However, beware that if the fence lock breaks, as happened to some users, it can be difficult to replace. This is also where Skillsaw's relatively short 1-year warranty can be somewhat problematic. Number 2 of my list.